Hi, I'm John with this Fossil channel, and I'm going to go over some things that I've noticed with the 744T Sound Devices recorder. I currently have it set up with my Sound Devices 302 mixer. I'm using a Audio-Technica Pro 70 lavalier mic that is positioned just below my neck, not in the best spot because it bumps into my beard every so often, but my clothing does not allow for it to be placed anywhere else. So I do apologize for any kind of weird noises. The 744T is a great recorder. I do have one issue with it, and that is currently, and this is not how I normally do things, but I'm using a Panasonic GH2 with a SESCOM cable that you can only access via a 3.5 stereo input. So I have it coming out of the line out of the 744T here, and that's going directly into my GH2. And from the GH2, I have a return cable going in to the 302 here, and then I'm monitoring my headphones via the phono jack here. So that's how I usually like to monitor my audio from the camera, so that I know that something's going on with the camera. If it happens on there, I can hear it. But I don't normally run the outputs through a 3.5 unbalanced line out. I'd use the balanced line outs normally, and I'm presuming this problem is not on the line outs, it's just on that particular output. And what do I mean by that? I'm going to show you. If you noticed, I have on the 744T the asterisks are on the internal and compact flash cards. That means this is recording to both compact flash and the hard drive together at the same time. It's a nice little feature they have in there. You can do up to 3 types of drives, the FireWire, internal, and the CF at the same time. I'm going to push and engage the record, and I'm going to let this roll for a couple of seconds. You're going to notice the hard disk noise sound, and I'm going to let it run for about 15 seconds here. So you'll notice that every 3.5 seconds or so, there's a rattling noise, and that is a consistent pattern. That is due to probably bad isolation on the line out. It's not too much of an issue, but it is an issue. If I wanted to, say, take that to a tape out for whatever reason, peeking there with my voice there, I apologize for that. I have a Zoom H6. I might route it that way, although I normally take the mix out tape on the mixer to my Zoom H6 in case something goes wrong with the recorder here. But it is kind of frustrating that that bleeds into the audio track. I mean, I can't really rely on it to record to any device like a camera, unfortunately, because of that issue. It does go away if I disengage the hard disk write function and only write to the CF card. So that's not an issue. If it had to come down to recording to a media, I would have to just record to the CF card. So let me stop the recording here. Let's go into the menu, and let's go ahead and select. I'm going to use the button cursor. I normally use the jog dial on the right, but that's okay. Let's go up to CF card only. Let's hit OK. It should lock it in a second. Okay, so now you notice there's no more asterisk on the left here, but there's one still on the CF card. So I'm going to push record here, and I'm going to let it go for another 10 seconds. No hard drive sound whatsoever. So I've isolated the problem, and I know it's the hard drive. However, it is 2019 and solid state drives are pretty affordable now, and there are some instructions on forums to take apart the 744T and to replace the hard drive in it. You can do that. It's recommended that you send it into Sound Devices so that they do it, so you don't mess up the pins on the little delicate cable that connects the drives together. But you can probably bypass that. I presume that will fix the issue of the consistent pattern of rattling in the noise there, or in the recording rather. So that is one way I suppose you could fix it. I don't know if it works, but it's something worth looking at. But anyway, that's the 744T. Great little 4-track recorder. I'm enjoying it so far, and I look forward to making more videos with it. Thanks for watching. This is John with the Fossil Channel.